Om. 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 Yogena chittasya padena vacha malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarotam pravaram munina Patanjalim pranjalim anatosmi nityam Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. My humble pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you to today's session on Yoga Sutra. I am a student. I am studying myself. I am conducting these sessions as a study hour. I am not a jnani. I am not a pandita. I am not a guru. I am studying myself and I am making some notes and sharing with you all. If there are any mistakes, please consider that those mistakes are mine. I'll share my screen. So we are studying Yoga Sutra. We have completed about 22 sutras. Today we are going to see 23rd sutra. So let us see. Avataranика Vyasa Bhashya Kim etasmad devasannatamaha samadhir bhavati adhasya labhe bhavatyanyopi kaschid upayo na veti. Meaning is there a quicker way to achieve asampragnata samadhi than the previously mentioned Tibra Samvega, etc.? Or is there no other way? Is there a way for achieving asampragnata samadhi quickly? Earlier we saw that Tibra Samvega, Adhimatra Tibra Samvega, we have seen that. So, is there a way other than asampragnata samadhi to achieve asampragnata samadhi quickly is what your question is. So the answer is Sutra number 1.23. Repeat after me. Ishvara Pranidhanadva. Ishvara Pranidhanadva. Ishvara Pranidhanadva. Ishvara Pranidhanadva. What is the meaning of this? And by Ishvara Pranidhana. Pranidhana means bhakti or devotion towards God. One attains Samadhi Siddhi and Samadhi Phala very quickly. By the grace of God, by the bhakti or devotion towards God, one achieves Samadhi Siddhi and Samadhi Phala very quickly. This is one of the upayas, one of the techniques for attaining samadhi siddhi. Ishvara pranidhanatva. Okay. Now we will see the explanation of this. Vyasa Bhashya on this sutra. Pranidhanat bhakti visheshat avartit ishvarastam अनुगृह्णात् अभिध्यान मात्रेण तद अभिध्यान मात्रादपि योगिन आसन्नतमः समाधिलाभः समाधिफलं च भवतीति. Meaning is, pranidhana means bhakti vishesha, devotion, special devotion to God. Pleased by the devotion of the devotee, God will grace the yogi with his or her mere sankalpa, intention. By God's sankalpa and grace, yogi attains samadhi siddhi and samadhi phala very quickly. God's sankalpa, God's intention, grace flows towards the devotee and the yogi very quickly. And the yogi attains samadhi siddhi and samadhi phala very quickly. What is the upaya? What is the technique? Bhakti vishesha, devotion to God. Pleased by the devotion of the devotee, God will grace the yogi with a mere sankalpa. God's sankalpa is satya sankalpa. It is a selfless satya sankalpa. It will manifest as the samadhi siddhi and samadhi phala very quickly. Explanation of Vyasa Bhashya. Earlier we have seen, previously we mentioned that paravairagya or adhimatra tivra samvega leads to samadhi. Is there any other quicker path to samadhi? Is there any other path which takes us quickly to samadhi? The answer is yes. Samadhi can quickly happen by grace of God, who is pleased by the devotion of the devotee, who is a yogi. Does that mean that paravairagya is not necessary, as devotion alone is sufficient? So people may say only devotion is necessary, paravairagya is not necessary. No, answer is no. It means devotion to God in addition to the paravairagya. Dispassion of a yogi leads to samadhi quickly. One has to follow yoga and then additionally follow bhakti marga, devotion to God. By the grace of God, that yogi attains samadhi quickly. What is Ishwar Pranidhana? As per Vyasa Bhashya, Bhakti Vishesha, special devotion to God, is called Ishvara Pranidhana. What is special devotion to God? What does that mean? Let us see. What is Bhakti Vishesha? In later sutras, Vyasa Bhashya says, dedicating all actions to God or doing all actions as a seva of God and renouncing the fruits of all worldly actions to God is called bhakti. Okay? Dedicate all actions to God. Whatever you do as a service to God, do all actions as a service to God. What is service of God? You cannot see God. God is not seeable. But how do you do service of God? Is it doing puja at the puja mandir? No. God is Ashtamurti, the form of the universe in front of you. The world is a manifestation of God. In that God, you serve all human beings, all animals, all trees, all rivers. You keep everything in good order, help everyone. That is the seva or puja of God. And renounce all the worldly desires and fruits of all worldly actions to God. That means one should have a selfless attitude, not a selfish attitude. If one gets rid of selfish desires and has selfless service, that person is doing a service to God, and that is called Bhakti Vishesha. That leads to Samadhi. What is Samadhi? Peace of mind. Peace of mind comes quickly to that person. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, sloka number 27, it is also told by Sri Krishna, Yat karoshi, yad ashnashi, yad juhoshi, tadasi yat tapasyasi, kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever you do, whatever action you do, whatever you eat or consume, food or water, whatever ritual you do, whatever puja you do, whatever charity you do, whatever austerities you perform, O Kaunteya, do them, O Arjuna, do them as an offering to me, Krishna, Sri Krishna, God. This is similar to what the definition of bhakti by Vyasa Bhashya for Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So Sri Krishna also echoed this here, that whatever we do, see, there is no special action. Whatever action you do, whichever action you do, offer it to Sri Krishna. Mentally say, oh Sri Krishna, this is my puja to you. If you are working in an office, offer it to Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna, I am doing this office work as an offering to you. Whatever you eat, mentally take 2 seconds, 3 seconds, offer it to Sri Krishna and then consume it. Whatever puja you do, you say, oh Sri Krishna, I am doing this puja to please you. Whatever charity you do, dana you do, whatever you give as a gift to others, do it as a gift to Sri Krishna. Whatever tapasya you do, fasting or whatever you do it as an offering to Sri Krishna. When you do like that, life becomes beautiful. It is an offering to Sri Krishna. That is the secret of life. Bhagavad Gita chapter 9 sloka number 22. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janah paripasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamya. Those who think of me always and worship me always and absorbed in me always, I will carry to them, protect all their spiritual assets and carry all the spiritual assets which they do not have. I will carry all the burdens of my devotees and maintain them. This is the promise of Sri Krishna. What Sri Krishna is promising is, those who think of Sri Krishna, those who worship Sri Krishna and absorbed in Sri God, for them, God is the bearer. God bears whatever spiritual progress they need to make, the devotee needs to make. God will ensure that the spiritual progress is made for the devotee. He will carry the burdens of the devotees and maintain the devotees. I thought that we should quote these shlokas from Bhagavad Gita as a supportive for this Sutra number 1.23. Who is a Bhakta? Who is a devotee of God? What does it mean to be a Bhakta? A Bhakta is one who is diligent in following the will of God. A Bhakta is one who has surrendered his individual will to the will of God. What is will of God? How do you know what is will of God? Do you know? Have you talked to God? How do you know the will of God? How can any person know the will of God? We can know the will of God by studying Bhagavad Gita, by understanding what is written in Bhagavad Gita. God has given his teaching in Bhagavad Gita. That is the will of God. The law of karma is the will of God. We have to follow the law of karma. Swami Vivekananda said, good, good, bad, bad, none escapes the law. That means if you do good karma, you will get good results. If you do bad karma, you will get bad results. Nobody can escape this law. This is the will of God. Entire universe works as the will of God by law of karma. Nobody can escape the law of karma. This is by following the will of God. God has given his injunctions in the form of Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and other Dharmashastras. Follow them to the best of your ability. This is the will of God. Follow them, and that person is the Bhakta. With that, I will end this session. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.
Prasadji, one of the slides mentioned that devotion or bhakti brings in strong sankalpa towards achieving.
Sankalpa of God.
Okay, okay. Got it.
Sankalpa of God. God's sankalpa.
God's sankalpa. Okay.
If you are devotee, God by his mere intention, will, sankalpa, grace, will uplift you. That is the meaning. But you have to be a yogi and then devotee. That means you have to put your efforts. Don't say that God will take care of me. I need not do anything. I will not do my efforts. I will not do my spiritual practices. That will not work. You have to do your spiritual practices and then you have to show love towards God. Bhakti is not just having a nice feeling in the heart. Bhakti is following the karmic law, following the will of God. Bhakti is bhaja sevayam. You have to do seva to the world. You have to do service to the world. World is a manifestation of God. You have to do service to the God. Whoever you meet, they are all Atma Jyotis. They are all divine light of the self. Service to them will be service to Sri Hari, Sri Krishna. Don't think that you will put an idol in the puja room and do puja. That is not puja. Puja is to the living God, living temple. Each human being is a living temple. Serve them. See the divinity in all human beings. Serve them. Serve Sri Hari, serve Sri Krishna. That is the message.
Thank you, Prasadji. And so far, I found this particular sutra very beautiful, especially the lovely connection with Bhagavad Gita that you've made out here and brought together a sense of rational practice and also a sense of surrender and beautiful love and devotion to God. So bringing those emotional aspects also together, that's what I think I found this very beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody has any other question?
No, nothing from my side. Thanks.
Okay. So we'll close the session. Put Namaskara Mudra. Asato ma sadgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma amrutam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you very much. So